You know what? People have been saying that this is one of the best collaborations on all of YouTube. Boy Green and Wudi. Well, now it's time to put those comments to the test because Boy Green and Wudi are about to work together, mano y mano, in a 4-round mock draft post. Ashtyn Davis, he came back home. He came back home. He came back home. Tell the world he came back home live on Boy Green Meets Wudi.
Zoinks! And it is unequivocally the Super Bowl for New York Jet fans.
Field Yates, baby. Field Gosh Darn Yates. Let's bring him on the show.
Come on, people. Connor Rogers is joining the show. What's up, Connor? But Trevor Gosh Darn Sycamore, baby, for me, personally, my favorite New York Jet of all time.
Wow, it's great to be on. What an intro that was right there.
Paul, nobody does an intro like you, man.
Paul, you give the best intro of literally any podcast that I've ever been on.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas.
Welcome, everybody. It is another episode of Boy Green Meets Wudi. It is your boy, James Wudi, and right over there, the man, Boy Green himself. How you doing?
I'm phenomenal, Wudi. We're closing in. We're 2 weeks from the NFL draft today, here on a Thursday. Lot popping, lot happening. So no better time. And of course, just to address it, I know we're doing a mock draft today, but Jets, thank you for listening and bringing back Ashtyn Davis. I've heard a lot of people making a few jokes, but I'm telling you, he's a key defender, key special teamer, athletic piece of clay. He's, to me, one of my favorite players on the team. I love Ashtyn. Hopefully this also means we get Ashtyn on the show, as we were going to have him pre-free agency, so that's good news for the brand. Thank you very much. So we're working on that, but I'm just happy to have Ashtyn back home, one of my favorite players on the team. And to be honest, perfect timing. It's part of the headline of this video. Safety, check. You got Tony Adams. You got Chuck Clark. You got Ashtyn Davis. You have Jerick Bernard-Converse, who right now is listed at safety. We'll kind of see. He's got some positional flexibility, so he could play somewhere else potentially in the secondary. But right now, Saleh said he wanted 4. He's got 4 safeties, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much JBC counts. You know, to me, somebody says JBC, I'm talking about a junior bacon cheeseburger. But, you know, maybe Bernard Converse steps up. I mean, we've seen what Saleh has done with those late round picks, turning them into somebody. I mean, Tony Adams was a no-round pick, and now he is, you know, the top of the heap in that room. So I do feel confident. I do feel comfortable. 4 for 4, whether it's Junior Bacon or Jerick Bernard-Converse, let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, and a quick shout out to Joe Douglas for getting it done once again. What an off season! Excellent work.
Was that your reminder that Austin wasn't at WrestleMania?
I heard a few people complaining about that. Like, again, would an extra, you hear the glass break, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, it would have been great, but I'm going to be honest, I was perfectly satisfied with John Cena, The Undertaker gong. I didn't have any of those on my bingo card. So to be honest, the WrestleMania Pops Shield. Oh, that got me. I was like, oh, at first I thought Dean Ambrose was coming out too. And I was like looking, I thought it was Dean and Seth. I'm like, what? Hold the phone. Like on every one, it had me. And what a beautiful way. We don't have a wrestling podcast. Maybe we should in the future, but man, if the tribal chief was going to go out, and by the way, he already posted a video that he's coming back. So I'm glad he's just not going off into isolation. It looks like they have something for him, which I'm looking forward to. But
day one,
for him to go out, that was the way that you needed the teamwork of all of these different people that he's kind of beaten over the years as part of this incredible reign to each have a small piece, and Cody Rhodes, quote unquote, finishing the story. So, oh yeah, spectacular. So I heard some people complain about Stone Cold. I was perfectly fine with what was presented.
Yes, I mean, I was sad, but it's okay. I mean, it's perfectly fine. Like you said, I don't even know if Beethoven himself could have written a better symphony. It was just woo.
Juicy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Let me throw it up on the big screen. So we are once again using the PFF mock draft simulator. We're doing a 4-round mock. Now, we've done all kinds of different mock draft scenarios here on Boy Green Meets Wudi, but this one is different from this perspective. There is only one mock draft. It's not dueling mock drafts. It's one. Me and Wudi are wearing our co-assistant general manager hats, and I will do nothing that Wudi doesn't completely agree with. We have to come to a consensus on all of these picks. We're in the draft war room trading blows. And, of course, you fans, whether you're watching on youtube.com/boygreen25 or Twitter or on Instagram, the James Wudi, you can continue your commentary during our picks when players are up or what you'd like to see them do, as John Sauer on every video that I do. OT, OT, OT. So I appreciate the commitment to the bit. So he wants offensive tackle. But without further ado, Wudi, we're doing a 4-round mock. Okay, 4 rounds. And the Jets have, of course, currently no trades considered, although you can do them in this draft, but no trades considered. Here are the picks they have: 10, 72, 111, 134. Those are the 4 picks we're picking today, unless we do some trade action. So without further ado, Woody, are you ready to get this party started?
Let's get it started. Ha! Let's get it started in here.
It's juicy. Let's go. So again, here are all the settings: 4 rounds, speed slow, Jets 10. Let's roll. Enter the draft.
Oh, let me.
Yeah, please do.
While we're here, right? We've entered. Now
we've entered. Not started, but we've entered. Yes.
People are filling out their seats. Boy Green, my co-GM. What is the number 1 need / position? What are you hoping to get out of this draft?
To be honest, now that Ashtyn Davis, not that it was ever like the Jets were taking a safety in the first round, hopefully not, that it was offensive line or wide receiver. That was the debate in 2020, and you had more immediate needs then. So this is a insurance policy, really. Receiver, not so much, but still, even there it is as well. Insurance policy for Mike Williams or insurance policy for one of the older tackles. I will say this at the beginning, which is probably a bad argument to have, to just say, I'm cool with anything, because I don't want you to push me around, pal. This is a co-GM job. But if we went offensive tackle, depending on who the guy was, I'm intrigued. If we went with one of the top receivers, who I have an affinity for a few, one maybe even more so, more on that later. But so offensive tackle or wide receiver, as long as we go with one of those two, I think that's the path. But I'm not just willing, I want to make this clear, I'm not willing to just take any offensive tackle at 10, whoever's there. And I'm not just willing to take any wide receiver, regardless who's there. The players matter to me.
Players definitely matter. So I guess we're going to see how this falls. I definitely agree. I mean, offensive line, I think offensive line is a need. I would not feel comfortable rolling in with the linemen we have. I mean, we said on the earlier show, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we picked free agents, we didn't pick a wide receiver. We did not. No. We picked tackles because we know that is the big need. So with that being said, definitely got to walk away with a tackle in the first 70 picks.
Okay.
So
all right.
That's my goal.
Okay. I will hit start the draft here. Okay.
There we go. Drake May.
What the flying hoot? Okay. Drake May, first overall. Okay, that could happen, I guess. Marvin. Okay.
Oh, Rome went.
That's tough.
All three receivers off the board.
Yeah. So Drake May somehow went first overall. Don't know what the hell happened there, but that's okay. Bears like North Carolina quarterback, so in Mitchell Trubisky, why not go Drake May, I guess. But all of it's chalk. Just perhaps where they went, I guess, isn't, if that makes sense. So the 3 receivers are gone. The 1 defender off the board is gone. Joe Alt's gone. And now we're here with quite frankly, the thing we're always stuck here with. Rock Bowers, who, by the way, a shout out to my morning show. I had Taylor Kyles, who covers the New England Patriots. I asked him, I forgot to upload this clip to YouTube, so I'm sorry, YouTube people. I'll have to try to do that later. But I put it on Twitter and Instagram. I asked the Patriots guy, who do you not want to see the Jets draft because, like, you would think that's a good pick? Like, you don't want the division rival getting better. And Taylor Kaus covers the Patriots. And the thing he said was, I don't want you guys getting Brock Bowers because I love him and I think he's going to be a superstar, basically. It's what Taylor Kyle said. He's a can't-miss prospect, all these other things. And he said, I really hope at the end of his, like, rant, he's like, boy, I hope the Jets just say, we can't take a tight end in the top 10. Because he said he does not want to see Brock Bowers on the Jets because of how good he is. But so it's interesting. Brock Bowers is here. And then the second best offensive lineman, whoever you deem that to be, is here. So do you stick and pick here at 10? Do you try to trade back? Who do we try to trade back with if we're considering a trade back?
Are we considering a trade? I mean, it seems nice. I mean, Bowers, I love making the Patriots upset. That's a possibility.
Sure.
Do we even agree on the next best lineman? I haven't really loved Olu Fashanu as I've seen him slipping. I've seen the slippage. Yeah. Obviously, PFF right here is not listing him as number one, as number two. Mm-hmm. So I guess let's start there. Who is your pick for the next best tackle? If you had the pick of the litter,
it would be, my gut would be Olu Fashanu because of his ability to play left tackle. That to me intrigues me greatly. That's a big piece of the puzzle. If not Olu, actually, my next guy would be J.C. Latham, the Alabama tackle. He's a big boy, and he's really intriguing. Some people put him at guard at the next level. Some people put him at tackle. Either way, I think he's really intriguing. I think a popular one among Jet fans is Fat now because of the versatility and the ability to play and cover, in theory, multiple holes. So if you're going to get a depth guy, which is what this person would be, is Fat now, would cover multiple spots. So in theory, if guys go down at various points, he can kind of plug and play wherever that would be. So I could understand the intrigue with a Fat now. But you ask me, my ranking of these next tier of tackles, I'm probably Olu, J.C. Latham, then Fat now.
Wow. Well, we definitely did not read the same scouting report. Definitely did not read that.
But what about this? What about this? What if we trade with the Colts? Because there was a report that came out from A to Z Sports.
Oh, that they wanted Bowers.
They wanted Bowers.
Yes,
and that they'd be willing to trade up to get him.
Let's do it, baby.
Okay,
let's look.
Investigate. So let's do a potential trade. Let's look up the Indianapolis Colts.
Yes.
Okay. So obviously we're swapping 10 and we're swapping 15.
Mm-hmm. Now, throw 134. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, sorry. 134, 117. What do you think about that?
Oh, so you think like moving up 17 spots? Or maybe I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Oh, sorry. Yes. No, my apologies.
Yeah, all on the left 82. Side of the Colts pick. So let's.
Yeah, no, I got that part. Okay. But yes. Let's do.
So just to.
Do you think they would give us 46? You think they would give us 46? Do you think they would give us 46?
PFF says it's a 50-50 chance that they do or don't.
Okay.
So we could go there. We could, like I said, to ensure the inclusion of 46, we could include one of the fours, like the late four, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was originally saying. That's what I was originally. Yeah.
Okay, so it's got a 65%. Yes.
Roll the dice, baby.
Okay. All right. Let's offer the trade, and it was accepted. Okay. So people, here's what happened. Okay, we traded the 10th overall pick and the 134th overall pick, that's our later fourth rounder, to the Indianapolis Colts for 15 and 46. So you move up, obviously, slide a few spots in the first round, but you dramatically jump up. I mean, we're talking about an 80-spot jump to get into the second round, and we keep our third rounder, and we have the early fourth rounder. So really, this puts us in a good spot. So Wudi, virtual handshake here. Co-GMing,
I mean,
very
this
nice.
is a hug. This is a hug in the draft room right now.
Yeah, this is Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh hugging each other awkwardly at that presser. I think this was the move. So let's resume the draft. Continue.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
They moved up for Brock Bowers.
Okay,
they did what we thought. Now, here's the problem. Oh, well, thank God the Saints went pass rusher. I thought for sure they would have went offensive tackle, so that's good. The picks, so Brock Bowers was the pick for the Colts. I'm not surprised. Talise Fuaga went 11. Olu Fashanu went 12. Quinyon Mitchell went 13 to the Raiders, and then Jared Verse. So let's look at the offensive tackles here that are available. So we have Fontenot and J.C. Latham. I'm thinking Latham here, man. What say you, co-GM?
I mean, Fontenot. I mean that it's that versatility. I mean, I don't think. But here's the thing about Latham. I mean, you're talking about Latham.
Yeah.
Potentially being a guard.
Yes. Yeah. There's some people that say that. Yes.
Or a tackle. But I don't know about right side versus left side. Like I know JC is on the right.
Yes.
I don't know how that compares to Fontenot's comfort.
Yeah, like Fontenot was like the left tackle for Washington, so he's got left tackle in him. There's no question about it. But Latham, 6'6", 342. I mean, the 35 and 1/8 arms, the 11-inch hands are freaking frying pans. He's just, as Lance Zierlein calls him, a bulldozer in human form. He is just an eraser. That to me excites me. He's built big. You could, and this was another line from Lance Zierlein. He's built like a big NFL guard, but protects like an NFL tackle. I just think he is someone that could just erase people and would be fascinating to me. So yeah, I'm really pounding the table here for Latham, man.
I mean, sounds like you're describing Mekhi Becton, but he was good before injury. So let's do it.
Okay.
JC Latham.
Yeah, he's a little lighter in the pants. He's 342. Becton weighed in at 365 at the combine, so over 23 pounds heavier. So I trust the process here with Latham. He's a really exciting player, and I see a lot of people overreacting to the Michigan stuff. I don't think that's fair. Look at more than just a game on Latham, and that's a pick, baby. JC Latham. Oh, well, let's make sure we do this properly as we've been doing. Here we go. The 15th overall pick was traded from the Indianapolis Colts to the New York Jets, and with the 15th overall pick, the New York Jets select Alabama offensive tackle JC Latham. Bring him on the squad. Boom. People have been begging and asking for an offensive tackle. And boy, did you get one in JC Latham. Big boy joining us. Joining us. And now we're going to go to our second round pick. Okay?
Oh, it would be so nice to really get one of these, a second round pick.
Because people slide all the time. That's the exciting thing for me between day one and day two. You're like, holy crap, look at all these guys that are somehow still on the board. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's look. Let's take a peek around at what the Jets have available here. BPA overall, there's a bunch of just kind of random players like corners, pass rushers, safety, center. Roman Wilson's on the board. Let's. Where do you want to look? Offensive line again, or go back to like wide receiver?
Let's look at offensive line real quick. Just want to see who fell.
Okay, so let's go. We'll go tackle first, just for giggles to see. So some of the names you always see: Kyron, Blake Fisher. It's not some of the other ones like Patrick Pauls and stuff are gone. So you still have the Yale kid and Blake Fisher of Notre Dame. Let me look at guards though. Let me see interior offensive line. Who do we have in that category? So Zach Frazier, Christian Haynes. People of that rank, Cooper Beebe, Zach Zinter, stuff like that. That seems a little rich for me at this point.
Definitely.
So let's go to wide receiver. Let's see what wide receivers are potentially out there. Roman Wilson, Ricky Pearsall, Jermaine Burton, Keon Coleman, Jalen Polk, Jalen McMillan, Tez Walker, another fun one, Javon Baker, Johnny Wilson. There's a ton of receivers on the board. Is that where you want to go, or is there some other surprise? Actually, let me check one other thing. Let me just take a peek ski at the quarterback position. Who do we got at do we got at the old quarterback position? I just want to see who's out there. They're all gone. All the goodies are gone. All the good. I just wanted to, take a peek ski real quick. I saw the Jets hosted Michael Pratt, but I'm not taking him at the 46th overall pick. So, what is it? Wide receivers or any other position, any other cabinet you want me to check in?
No, we can. Wow, this is so deep. This position makes me wish that I did have another one. High on the list. But I really don't. I mean, it would probably be pretty crazy to take a tackle, like a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Early.
Wait, actually, let me just take a peek real quick. Is our boy out there? Chris Jenkins? Is he still out there?
Oh, he's almost certainly out there. Isn't he supposed to be like third round?
No. I think other people are on the other side for old Chris. Oh, there he is.
Oh, he is.
Well, his ranking here is 60th. That's still in the second round. So no, sir. Oh, so that if you really want to get funky, we want to get some trench warfare. Chris Jenkins legacy pick. Add another one is intriguing. The wide receivers are fun, but Chris Jenkins, that's.
I mean, hey, football is won in the trenches, and we just went through the wide receivers. We were naming receivers on receivers. We're not naming tackles on tackles.
Okay, and we still have pick 72. So do you want to go Chris Jenkins here? You want to get crazy?
Let's do it.
All right. And people are immediately pissed. They say we have plenty of defense linemen, but sorry, because we're the ones that they're the GMs.
And with the 46th overall pick, the New York Jets select Chris Jenkins, defensive line, Michigan.
Boom. There we go. And I like the bet. I would even be willing to potentially, once we start, I'm taking a peek here. I'm keeping an eye on the wide receivers. If we start seeing them fly, oh, boy.
I've just seen a few.
Should we pause it?
Yeah, we can pause it.
Okay. Jesus. That was a murderer's row, unfortunately for the Jets. That did not work out great. We said there was all those names, and I'll tell you, shortly after the Jets pick, you had that back-to-back wide receivers of Roman Wilson and Ricky Pearsall at 53 and 54, and Jermaine Burton too. Let me just check. I don't think it'll let us, unfortunately. I don't think it'll let me check the positions unless we trade.
Oh, but no, let's get Tez. Trade up right now. Let's get Tez.
Okay. All right. Let me see what it would take. So we're looking for 61. And we can offer 72. And is it like, do you have to go 111 or can we go later?
Well, let's try 185 first. Let's try
41% chance, not very high. Let me just see what it is for 111. That will be accepted. Of course it will be because you're just moving up 11 spots. Let me just see if I offer. Nope. No. It looks unlikely.
Well, no. What about do a fifth round next year?
A fourth round next year. Okay, that has a 73% chance. Is that where you want to go?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right, we're offering the trade. Let's see. Oh, it was accepted. Okay, nice. Phenomenal. Nice. All right, we have now moved up to the 61st overall pick. We are Trader Joe out here.
We're Trader Joe. Oh my God!
So you still have. I'll go through all the names though, just in case. We have both Washington wide receivers. That's Jalen Polk, Jalen McMillan. You have Tez Walker of North Carolina, Javon Baker, UCF, Johnny Wilson, Florida State, Jamari Thrash, Malachi Corley, Brendan Rice. There's a lot of really good receivers. But you said your target was Tez Walker.
I mean, the speed, he's not really polished, if you will, but I think that's the benefit of having Aaron Rodgers is that that's somebody who can help develop that type of skill set with his receivers and be like, hey, this is something I saw Jordan Nelson do. Hey, this is something I've seen Devontae Adams do. Hey, this is something that Garrett Wilson's doing right over there. Go talk to him. Tez Walker.
Wow. I'm just seeing all of these people hating what we've done. They were praising us a few minutes ago. Things like this. No way. Stop the draft right now. You guys blew it. Don't do it. Oh, God. People were angry. But that's part of the process, baby. Sometimes you love them. Sometimes you hate them. You can't please everybody. Let's roll. that with the 61st overall pick that the Jets traded up with the Detroit Lions, they're selecting Tez Walker, wide receiver, North Carolina. Didn't want to play no games, potentially miss out on our guy. We have one more pick to get to. That'll be our earlier of the 4th-round picks, which we still have on the board. And to be honest, I know a lot of people are getting angry apparently, but boy, we gave you a 2nd-round pick. The 2nd-round pick you're complaining about, we didn't even have. We just created it out of thin air, so shut up. With all due respect, of course.
Oh,
shut
my
up.
gosh. Hey,
Like,
I mean, after...
Jenkins.
Yeah,
come
I
on.
mean, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean...
And think about that. You get Quinnen. Because, think about the interior defense lineman that everyone's complaining about for a second. Solly's a 1-year deal. Javon Kinlaw is a 1-year deal. Likey Fotu is a 1-year deal. You don't have a future beyond those guys. Now you've got Quinnen. Now you got Chris Jenkins. Run. Maybe he's going to develop some pass rush juice. It can only help playing next to Quinnen Williams. I don't know, man. I'd say screw the people, okay, on their discourse, their dislike of what we're doing here. And this is the final pick of our mock draft. It is 111th overall in the 4th round. Again, we've got offensive tackle.
I'm looking for one name in the interior offensive line. Okay. If he's there, I'm about to jump for joy.
Okay. Cooper Beebe. Zach Center.
Oh my God. Both names that I was thinking about.
Okay.
I mean, you know how I feel about Zinter. Somebody who is trending upward.
Mm-hmm.
But Beebe is the, I guess, better quote unquote technician, if you will, with the actual mechanics of the position. But I don't know. I mean, what are you thinking in terms of position?
Yeah, I'm definitely with you. I think the value is the one that's here in the interior offensive line. I think the Jets have to come away with multiple offensive linemen in this draft. There's just no other way to say it. And at tackle, I think it's important to go tackle early. And I know I've been a wide receiver guy this entire offseason. Or I've been a wide receiver guy since they've got Morgan Moses and Tyron Smith. And I think the tackle depth is shallow early. There's 8-10 guys, whoever your list of guys are, get one of those guys, and then you got to move to a different position like guard. Because I think the tackle depth disappears and dies off very quickly. So I'd be looking here at guard. So I'm right here with you. Cooper Beebe's fun, but Zach Center to me feels like the pick here. He's coming off a serious injury, so that's why I think he could be available at this spot. And we went Michigan Trench on the other side. Let's get Michigan Trench again and potentially get Zinter here, where you get a little bit of that versatility on the inside. And I'm going to be a little bit honest here that I think Cooper Beebe is not going to be here in the 4th round. So I like Beebe a lot. I'm seeing a lot of people seem to be fans of Beebe. I just think that's unrealistic, to be honest with you, that he's here in the 4th. I sometimes pray and hope that he's there at 72. And I like Beebe a lot. And when he gets there at 72, I thank the Lord and move on. The fact that he'd be here 40 spots later, that to me seems incredibly unlikely. So while people are saying Beebe, if Caleb Williams was here on the board, people were like, yeah, Caleb would be a good pick here. Yeah, I bet he would be, but he's not going to be here. So I want to have some sense of realism on where we're picking guys, because I don't want to make this just some sort of fantasy draft. John Sauer says, Paul, don't help PFF. Just take the player they tried to feed you on a silver platter, and maybe I should listen to you. But yeah, I just don't believe BB is actually going to be here. So I think Zach Zinter, you can't go wrong there. And again, I think it's realistic he could be here because of the serious injury he suffered.
Yeah, I mean, I've been tooting Zinter's horn. The very first thing we did on this show when we started it was break down position one by one, and I said we should draft Zach Zinter. So the opportunity presents itself. I do agree in terms of the realism. 4th round, is Cooper going to be here? Yeah, I do feel confident that Zinter will be. So I would pull that trigger, and from there, now I'm feeling so good. So good about this offensive line. I'm talking about 3 injuries, and I'm still not losing sleep if Zinter's there.
So let's make it official, and then we'll recap the draft. Go ahead, Wudi. This is your guy.
And with the 111th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Zach Zinter, offensive guard, University of Michigan.
Boom. Let's put that pick in, and then we'll recap the draft here again. We did a 4-round mock. It's Boy, Green, and Wudi, and we were co-GMs. We were assisting each other. Again, I was not going to make a pick that Wudi didn't agree with, or vice versa. This was a joint effort, a joint mock draft together. We'll also put this out on social media, YouTube community channel, Instagram, and everything else, so you guys will be able to see this and judge it and grade it for yourself. And, to be honest, this may be a chef's kiss draft. There's a lot of movement, a lot of trades. I'm putting it up here on the board of trading back in round 1 to being aggressive and maybe even in the future, right? So we ended up with Tez, but very easily we could have given up the necessary assets to move up a few more slots to get the Ricky Pearsall or potentially Roman Wilson, a different Michigan guy. We could have went Michigan, just take their entire team, apparently, is what we could have done. So I think we could have been a little bit more aggressive into the potential trade up in, from round 3 to round 2. So I think we could have done that a little bit. So we could have gotten one of those sexier names, and maybe that would have made it slightly better, although I like Tez Walker a lot. This seems like the chef's kiss draft. You address the trenches, and you feel good with this going on, where you have J.C. Latham here, who is either going to play left tackle potentially if you believe he can make that switch. He's your right tackle, can also play a little bit of guard too. And then also you have Chris Jenkins as well, who I think just gives you that long-term starter right next to Quinnen, which makes you feel good. Tez is a guy that can be brought along at your own pace as that wide receiver 3 and plus enter. So really the offensive line depth is terrific. You have Wes Schweitzer. Again, we're still advocating for Connor McGovern to be brought back. I just really love how this group looks, Wudi. This draft is chef's kiss.
It is voila, bon appetit. It is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. So good. I just faded off the show real quick, man. I'm right here, right back, just to say that for the Chris Jenkins, it's probably not Jenkins himself, but it's the pick, right? The position. Sure. This game is won in the trenches, and too many people say, "Oh, the defense is great. We need to worry about the offense." But why is the defense great? What makes the defense hum? And when you start answering those types of questions, you start realizing, we don't really have a long-term person next to Quinnen Williams. So that's why you draft one right here with that DNA that we love so much, right? Chris Jenkins, this is his son, right? So that's what I'm saying. So I feel like that was a slam dunk pick. J.C. Latham, slam dunk pick. Keep Aaron Rodgers upright for as long as he's here, all right? Tez Walker, the speed on this child, you cannot teach speed, all right? Most other things can be taught, right? Technique, all that. Speed cannot be taught. So let's take that. And then Zach Zinter, the boy, he was doing serious work before this serious injury. When he comes back, he will be doing serious work again. This is a slam dunk first 4 rounds.
Yeah, again, I will say the criticism that John Sauer's giving, we could have gotten a better receiver in the second round. I agree. So that was a mess up potentially on the not holding whoa, let's pause this draft and try to go after again. Ricky Pearsall Roman went back-to-back in the 50s. So you would have had to go 10 spots up, which means you would have had to give up a little bit more potentially for that trade to potentially be accepted. So I agree with that. That is the criticism of the draft if you want to have it. Besides that, though, I love the 4. Again, we'll let the people be able to decide. Again, this will be up on social media shortly. I'm about to make a big announcement on social media on a guest that's going to be joining the show. So my mock draft reaction and things of that nature will be coming out a little bit later tonight, but we'll let you guys grade that draft. But there's some big news coming on a prospect, a highly thought of, a first round prospect, hell, a top 10 prospect joining us here on the show here very shortly. So I'm excited to make that announcement on social media. So guys, keep an eye out. That'll be dropping here shortly.
Yes, absolutely. Cannot wait whatsoever. And I can't wait for the draft. Mm-hmm. All right. We're 2 weeks from today. Yes. If something like this happens, I will be sleeping like this. But if it's Bowers, Fontenot, there's so many different scenarios where I'll be feeling good. And this is definitely one of them.
Yeah, and we will do, folks, one more, me and Wudi anyway, we'll do one more mock draft. That'll be draft week. We'll do that the week of the draft. We'll probably do that on that Tuesday episode, and then probably play some buy or sell draft rumors on that Thursday for draft day, which will be a lot of fun. So keep an eye out for that. I'll also be doing a mock draft. My dad, Hop on Pop. Yeah, a lot of you guys have been saying, hey, what would he do if he was GM? Well, my dad said, hey, let's do one of those mock draft things. So I'm going to have to be the GM for my father and show him how technology works. That'll be happening on Saturday's show. So we got a few more mock drafts coming up. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. So Wudi, great work, pal. Looking forward to this one. Again, youtube.com/BoyGreen25, Twitter @BoyGreen25, and the James Wudi and Scrim. That was a lot of fun, man.
Absolutely. An absolute blast, like always. All right. I mean, I've been seeing all these comments, these very nice comments talking about our collaboration. I don't know if they're going to be, I'm going to be seeing those comments today, after this draft, but all good. Had a lot of fun, and we're going to have some more fun next week.
All right. Looking forward to it. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow morning with Boy Green Daily. Italy Jet should be joining us for that episode. We'll talk more about this Ashton Davis signing. Also, CJ Uzama signs a deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. So we'll be reacting to both of those and what it could mean potentially for the New York Jets. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.